Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to your weekly angel forecast. So today's theme is how your angels are guiding and assisting you. So this is a weekly reading that I bring to my channel. It's more in a general theme. So really anything could come through. And I actually stopped doing these for about 3 weeks. I do apologize because I went on vacation last week and I realized I wasn't getting back until Monday night. And so Tuesday rolled around and I'm like, oh crap, I need to do the Divine Masculine weekly forecast. So another week went by that I didn't bring you guys the weekly forecast. So I just noticed I kind of told you guys I was bringing it back last week. But anyways, whatever. Today we're bringing it back. Next week, because I flip-flop back and forth, we're going to be bringing you the weekly witchy forecast. So I go back and forth between angels and witchy themes. And so we're just going to dive right into the messages. All the decks I'll be using will be listed in the description box down below, as well as these two organites here. This is the Mother Mary, and then we have this beautiful angel here created by Michelle from Bells, Wing, and Bell. So let's dive right into these messages. We're going to take a look and see what is a message from your angels. Okay, so just an overall generalized message from your angels this week. What do they want you to know? A message from your angels. Ooh, we have spirit relationships, you guys. It says intuition, connections, signs, and inspiration. But we also have a shadow aspect here: blocked, disconnected, burnout, and scared. So when it comes to your connection with spirit, basically, this is a highlighted message this week. Maybe some of you guys are feeling blocked. Maybe some of you guys are experiencing a lot of different things that are coming to your third eye, things that you just know, things you're seeing from your third eye, hearing, again, just knowing, etc. So there's some kind of a message about that. We also have confidence. So we have Archangel Zadkiel is presenting you with opportunities to boost your self-esteem. Okay, so the overall message I'm getting here, you guys, is that you're not doing it wrong. Okay, there's no wrong or right way to do it. A lot of times people will watch other spiritual people, teachers, readers, things like that, and say, you know, I don't have the skills that they have, so I can't do it. Nonsense. Everybody has the same exact ability to connect with spirit as the next person. Sometimes things take practice. Sometimes people have more confidence when it comes to just going into it. So I'll use myself, for example. I love like cold readings, meaning I love being put on the spot. I love just, challenging myself. So this is one of the reasons that I love doing these kinds of readings. And I like doing all the cards, on camera instead of pre-shuffling them and all that other stuff, because I just love being, just like spirits going, this is what you've got. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to channel these messages? Is it exciting and fun to me? Maybe not everybody has that. Maybe some people are like, I want to take my time. I want to sit with the energy. I want to meditate on it. Nothing wrong with that at all. So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is that I feel like the message that we're getting here from Spirit this week is stop comparing yourself to other people, okay? You can be inspired by other people, but you don't need to feel like you have to be exactly like them to be successful or to do the things that you want to do. A lot of stuff, you guys, that you see, what I call it is just spiritual fluff. That's all it is, okay? Waving sage around and having crystals everywhere and all that other stuff. I don't need any of that shit to connect straight to source. I don't need any of it. Looks good. And maybe if you do that and you have those things, maybe it makes you feel more connected. I just don't happen to need it, so I don't use all that fluff. Sometimes for aesthetic reasons, I'll have things out, but really the connection to source is from within. It doesn't mean you have to have certain tarot cards. It doesn't mean you have to have certain crystals and all that other, I don't want to say the word crap, but you don't need to have all that spiritual crap or speak all that spiritual jargon in order to be authentic. Do what works for you. Do what feels right for you. And don't be afraid to make things your own. There's so many people that feel like they have to copy other people. There's a difference between copying and being inspired by others. Sometimes we just naturally mimic what we see, and that's okay too. But take the time to make it your own. Take the time to connect with spirit on your own, and really try not to think to yourself, am I doing it right? Don't even get in your head about it. Just let the energy flow. So that seems to be a message from your angels this week. So let's go ahead and get a few more messages to go with this. Oh, I think little Moony boy wants to come in. I hear him at the door. But see, the problem is if I let him in, he's going to jump on the computer cord and he's going to ruin this reading. Can't have it. All right, let's see what else. 8 of Thought, which is the 8 of Swords. Let's read this. You may feel as though you're restricted by the circumstances that you find yourself in, but that is just an illusion. Oh my God, Spirit is confirming all of the messages that just came through. Make a promise to yourself to refuse to be stuck in a situation that's making you unhappy or like a thought process. Don't wait for someone to come to rescue you when you can free yourself. So it's about things that are within, If you're looking for someone to make it all better, or if you have this, then you'll have it more together, then it's just, you're going to be in this loop, this constant loop where you're not really going to grow. You're not really going to expand. You're not really going to take any risks. You're not going to go after the opportunities that you want to go after. We're just going to continuously make excuses because we feel like if we don't have this and we don't have that, then we're not ready. It's all bullshit. These are excuses at the end of the day. Anything that you want to do, you can put your best foot forward now. Try not to get caught up in what you think you need to have or how things need to look before you get started. Let's just say you guys want to start like some kind of spiritual practice. What you've got going on inside and the message that you have within, that's what people are connecting with, not necessarily fancy things like cards and crystals and all that other stuff. So for some reason, that's what is the opening message here. So try not to get caught up in, I'm doing it wrong, I'm not doing it good enough, everybody else seems to have something that I don't. If that's the way that you feel, then just really, really work with sitting with spirit and meditating and praying and opening your mind up to receive those messages and asking for guidance in that area. But what we have here is Archangel Zadkiel coming up specifically and saying that we're presenting you with these opportunities, okay? So don't let your lack of self-esteem or confidence blow it any further. Go for it. That's what I'm getting here for you guys. So I have no idea who that's going to resonate with, but I can always use those messages myself because there are some times where I do get caught up in bullshit and I make a lot of excuses and I don't do things. So it happens to everyone, okay? So let's get into the second message, which is what are these angels helping you with specifically? Kind of feel like that already came through. It might be a little redundant. Oh, and I forgot to say, you guys, that this particular spread, because I always like to give credit to where I get inspiration for some of these spreads. Most of them are my own, but this particular one, I go to Emerald Lotus Divination. She's got an entire library. She's got a fantastic Instagram page, by the way, too, but she's got an entire library of tarot spreads that you can use. But of course, you want to make sure that you give credit when you use them. So I used this particular tarot spread from her. I changed it up just a little bit, but that's where I got the inspiration from. Just wanted to say that. So what angels are helping us just with these specific things that are coming through? Let's look at this. What are these angels helping us with? Whoa. Look at this, you guys. Money. Prosperity. Now, prosperity doesn't have to just be money, but look at all of those coins. I feel like this has something to do with either our career or what we want to do with our life, how we want to enrich our lives, how we want to be more prosperous. That is what these angels are really helping us with this particular week. Very, very cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and get another and see what else we need to know. So it says wealth, opportunity, success, manifestation. Looks missed opportunity, unmotivated, stubborn, lack. So again, this is a message about no longer focusing on what you don't have and really banking on what you do have, focusing on the positives, focusing on what you can bring to the table instead of what you don't think you have. unexpected blessings. The angels are surprising you with gifts from above. So there is some sort of maybe something coming in that's really going to surprise you. It might be even unexpected, like an unexpected opportunity. I just keep getting kind of this harsh, tough love message. Don't blow it. Don't blow it. When it comes in, you guys, don't be scared. I know it's easy to say, but it's just like, yeah, don't be scared. Don't blow it this time, because maybe you're kicking yourself for other times where you did blow an opportunity. You're being given a second chance to do something again. So yeah, definitely show up for this and take it. Oh my gosh, the Three of Autumn, which is the Three of Pentacles. Let me read this. So first of all, this is the miniature poodle dog. So cute, right? Your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out in the world. This is about doing what you love to do. It may not bring in the most, like, let's just say financial freedom or financial abundance at first, but do what you love to do. One of my dreams, and it's like, I got to start somewhere, and I really enjoy it and love it. And I see that there are other people that are very successful at it. The Halloween channel that I started a couple of years ago, but really didn't do anything with. I'm like, I love Halloween and I love all holidays. I want to be able to do like a lifestyle kind of a channel and do things that bring me joy. This brings me joy too, but it's like this is another big part of my life. So even though it might not bring the most financial abundance to me, it makes me feel so whole. It makes me feel so happy. So I'm going for it. You know what I mean? So we've got to start somewhere. And I didn't take the opportunity before when I had it, because I made a lot of excuses. Oh, I'm too busy, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like I'm really ready to do it this time. So I'm just using that as an example, you guys. This has something to do with what you either do for work or your career, or coming together with other people and making things happen, and just really doing things for the joy of it instead of worrying too much about the financial aspect of it right now. It may turn into that. When I first started Mystic Moon YouTube readings, I literally started it just for fun. It turned into a business. That was totally unexpected. And it did feel like a miracle. It really did. So sometimes those things just, they happen. So definitely lean into whatever is being offered to you right now, whatever is coming, because I feel like that's going to be a blessing in disguise for you guys. So these are what these angels are trying to help you with, is to go for it. Yeah. I love it. All right. Now we're going to go into something your angels want you to know. So a little repetitive on the questions, but we're just kind of reconfirming everything. Something that your angels want you to know. We have Jophiel, pink. So this is a specific archangel. Compassion, self-care, simplification, beauty. We also have caretaker, chaotic, self-critical, shame. Makes sense. This could be codependency. Some of you guys might take care of everyone else, but you always forget to take care of yourself. And from one codependent to another, if that's who you are, I totally get it. I've done that my entire life. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things where, there may be something that happens in childhood where you just develop these coping mechanisms or this coping style. And I've just, naturally been this kind of person where it's like, I feel guilty if I'm not doing things for everyone else. And then when it comes to me, I'm just kind of like, I don't even know how to take care of myself. So this is still a daily struggle for me. But what our angels, something they want us to know right now is that's important. Put dedication and time and energy into this. Journal, sit with yourself, sit in nature, do kind things for yourself. These things matter and they make a world of difference. Especially if you provide service to, other people, you've got to be taking care of yourself. Divine intervention. Spirit is carrying you through difficult times. Trust in this higher power. Wow. So right now, the divine is intervening in your life and basically telling you that this is kind of an emergency. You've got to get good with yourself. You've got to start taking better care of yourself. This could be health-wise. This could be many, many things, you guys. But for whatever reason, Spirit's bringing this message through really loud and clear. So let's just say you're just kind of like, I want to get back in shape, but I keep putting it off. Or, I know I need to change my diet, but I'll do it after the holidays. Spirit's saying, no, do it now. Whatever this is, you need to do it now. You need to take care of this now because it's important. It's crucial. Look, we have the Eight of Swords coming in again, totally different tarot deck. So it is a message that is here for a reason. Okay, let's read this one. You have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Thinking that you're powerless when you're not. A lack of self-confidence that's keeping you from getting what you want. Very similar message here. There is some kind of an attitude perhaps where it's just like, I can't do that. I don't have time for that. A lot of excuses. We're stuck in a cycle. We need to find like a loophole out of this way of thinking or this way of living our lives. We are stuck. We keep doing the same thing over and over again. Is it bringing us happiness? Is it bringing us any results? If the answer is no, we got to do something different. Let's stop doing the same shit and getting the same results, right? Let's do something different and get different results. So Spirit is bringing forth this message that they're trying to intervene and they're trying to really get you to see that you do need to take care of yourself, that you do need to either pull out of a situation, end something in your life, end a bad habit, whatever this is, take care of it now before it gets out of control or it's kind of in a way too late. So to me, it's like a little bit of a tough love message today from our angels, okay? All right. So it's just all in the way that we look at it too. So our attitude needs a little adjusting is what we are getting here. All right, now we're going to go into the area of our lives that we are learning certain lessons. So let's look at this. What area of our lives are we learning significant lessons right now? Whoa. We have angels are watching over you. So that's an interesting lesson. We also have evolution and we have Archangel Shamuel. Okay, so we have some green energy here. And we also have some cards that show a bunch of people. Angels watching over us, obviously. This entire deck has that. But let's go ahead and do some, like a deep dive into each of these cards. So the first one that we have is angels are watching over you. Supported, protected, loved, encouraged. But we also have deserted, alone, neglected, discouraged. So one of the biggest lessons here for us is that we feel alone, we feel abandoned, we feel like God has abandoned us. I felt like that many times where I am just completely abandoned and alone. It's a terrible feeling to feel, but I think sometimes we have to feel those things in order to evolve, get to the next level, maybe break through some crap that's really keeping us stuck and down. So one of the lessons here is obviously to realize that it really is just our own self-belief that we're alone. But Spirit, the universe, God is the divine, never abandons us. We might be abandoning ourselves. We might feel so lost and confused that we just feel alone. So to me, this is just, the lesson of realizing that, if you're having a bad day, let yourself feel those things, but know that this too shall pass, okay? And don't carry that narrative around long term because it's only going to just spiritually depress you. Yeah, look at that. That's death, release. Endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that are holding you back, spiritual transformation. It might be guys that maybe you wanted something to work. Maybe you really, really wanted something to work out, whether that be a job, a relationship. Maybe this is even losing a pet or a loved one to death. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense. I remember last year when I lost my cat Chibs, I just did not understand. He was too young to go. It just destroyed me, And I still don't really understand why that had to happen. But it did really help me to show up in a better way for my other existing cats. So there may have been some sort of a lesson there for me. But what's interesting is that I already feel Chib's energy reincarnated in some of the new, like a specific new cat that I have. One of the kittens that we rescued last year in October, her name is Storm. And I'm like, she's a female, doesn't matter. She's Chib's, man, I'm telling you. So it's like that energy, his spirit is just continuing on. And even if it's just a ridiculous thing I'm telling myself, it doesn't matter. I feel his energy still with me, even though he's gone. So what I'm getting from that message that I'm bringing to you guys through that is it's all in the way that we look at it. We can choose to believe, or we can choose to believe that we are alone. We can choose to believe that we are abandoned and that we've been forsaken. Or we can choose to realize that, you know what, life doesn't always work out the way that we want it to. We're not always going to understand painful things, but that doesn't mean we've been abandoned. It doesn't mean that there isn't, a higher power or source that obviously has some bigger plan that maybe we don't even understand. So there's that first message, okay? All right, so that's a lesson. Now we have evolution. So it says empowerment, transformation, protected, preparedness. We also have anxiety, unexpected, distracted, resistant. So life is always evolving. Life is always changing. This is a difficult one for me too, because I don't like things to change. It's not that I don't want things to grow, but I get very, very, maybe it's just the OCD person in me, where it's like, once I have things a certain way, I like them to stay that way. So that even goes for people in my life. When people want to evolve or people want to move out of the state and I'm not going to see them every day, I kind of lose my shit inside for a little bit. It's difficult for me. So, but this is just basically saying one of the lessons is that we're constantly evolving, and this is about letting go when you need to and letting things change. It's okay. It's supposed to be this way. This is the only way that things are going to change and grow. So we have to embrace that change. We have the Hermit. So the Hermit to me is like going within. There's a reason, right? There's some kind of a spiritual reason behind whatever needs to evolve or change, a transformation. Everybody is going through things in their own unique way as individuals. So how a person needs to go about their life and change and evolve. It's kind of like trying not to make it about ourselves, giving people in space to do the things that they need to do and learn in the ways that they need to learn. Everybody evolves differently, and it's just accepting it and holding light or love in your heart or space for that person, however they choose to walk their spiritual journey. And the last one we have is Shamuel. So it says happiness, vibrancy, energy, and hope. Then we also have anxiety, burden, restless, and despair. So 2 cards that indicate anxiety. So if some of you guys deal with anxiety, whether it's a chronic problem or you just get anxiety when it comes to change, to me, this is just about just being grateful, being in a state of grace when it comes to your life, just being grateful for what you have, the time that you had with that animal, with that person, in that situation. Everything has a limit, unfortunately, in this earthly space. Everything is, we're not immortal. We're not. Our bodies are going to expire. Circumstances are going to change. And as long as we hold on to that, I'm so upset that this has changed. We're just going to be more unhappy, So it's just about being in a state of grace and just being grateful for the time that you have when you have it, really living in each moment and celebrating each moment, because that moment could be your last, or it could be your last with someone or with that person. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, which says seeds, well-planted investments that are going to bring reward or reap reward later. So this is about, even with struggle sometimes, and I remember Mr. Moon and I struggled so hard, especially after his divorce. Oh my God. Financially, it was awful. And it was I'm not even going to go into it, but it was just difficult for us. And we really didn't have anything. And I don't know if some of you guys noticed this, but this right here is my engagement ring. And it was my choice, when Mr. Moon and I were doing better. I mean, he saved up, for an entire year for this. And this ring just represents a humble time in our lives when we didn't have anything. And when it came time to, let's upgrade it, this and that, I'm like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not a really big jewelry person anyways, but I'm just like, no, this represents for me where we came from and what was important to us. And so when we were struggling so hard and we didn't have anything, we had like all secondhand furniture, a house that was just older, broken down, this and that. We had some of the most amazing memories and times. So when I reflect back on that time, it's just like, oh my God, like we were so happy. Now we definitely upgraded. We're in a brand new home. We had all brand new furniture. We got, brand new cars and all this prosperous, all this money and all this other stuff. It was cool, but when I think back on happier times, I think back to when we were struggling. So what I'm trying to say through this particular message is that there is still a blessing in the struggle. While you're planting seeds for the future, be sure to live in the moment, Be sure to be grateful for the struggle sometimes, because that really, your happiness really is just where you place it. And so, yeah, I mean, happiness for some people might be, all this new stuff and all this other stuff. But to me, it's on the time, the memories, just really, really, it's like when you got less for Christmas, you appreciated all those gifts that you got, like just the little things, or that one thing that you got. And then that one year when you had a bunch of stuff and you probably forgot about some of those toys, even gave them away or whatever, you weren't as grateful because there was too much, right? So that seems to be a message here for whatever reason. An area of your life of learning these lessons is be grateful for the times that you have, even when it's difficult, because there's still a blessing in each moment. That's what I'm getting here. Be happy no matter what. Be happy with what you have. Even if you don't have everything that you want right now, you can still be happy in this moment if you choose to. That's a beautiful message. All right, you guys, now we're going to go into how this is impacting your life as a whole. How this impacts your life as a whole. Open your heart to love. Beautiful. Vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community. We have absent, resentment, stubbornness, and independent. This is about holding people, like closing the door. Closing the door. Maybe we got hurt in the past in certain situations, and being so freaking jaded now and so resentful that we can't even open ourselves up to any new opportunities to love or to experience anything. So Spirit is saying here, the more grateful you are for the struggle, the more that you just kind of take everything that happens to you as maybe a lesson or an experience. You're not going to close yourself off to further experiences. So it's about learning how to just kind of go with the flow and realizing that everything is actually happening exactly as it should. And we have answered prayers. So when it comes to prayers, I don't want this to happen. Please, I pray that this is never going to end. I pray that I won't lose this, or I pray that this isn't going to happen, and it happens anyways. Your prayers have been heard. It's just that there's a bigger plan than maybe you understand. So it is about realizing at the end of the day, there's a bigger like design at hand, and not everything that the ego wants is meant to be, and that's a hard thing. It really is. It's a hard thing, but this is how it impacts our lives. If we just let go and we, in a way, kind of have that mentality of God's will, whatever the universe has in store for me, it's almost like that attitude is going to create more happiness in your life, more peace. And we have the 10 of fire, which is the 10 of wands. Look at this. Overworked, stressed, imbalanced, just feeling like shit. We can... I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I have been this so many freaking times. And every time I do it, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I know this stuff. Why am I doing this? We're only human, you guys, okay? We're not here to be perfect. If we were, we wouldn't be on planet frickin' Earth. We just wouldn't. But yeah, feel it. You got to feel it in order to heal it. Sometimes you got to feel it. But I feel like each time this happens, it's less and less. I don't cry myself to a migraine. You know what I mean? I only maybe cry half the time because I realize, hey, you know what? This is all happening for a reason. If I just take my ego out of it, if I just take what I want out of the situation, I see the bigger picture, I'm not going to be as upset. I realize that this maybe has something to teach me, and I just need to be open to the situation, right? Or the experience. So this can all impact your life like this, or it can impact your life to create more opportunities and to be happier, just a happier individual. I love it. All right, last one. How these things are making us a better version of ourselves, okay? How are these things making us better versions of ourselves? We have divine protection, Archangel Michael. It's making us stronger. That's the message I'm getting here immediately. We're just becoming stronger. We're becoming stronger versions of us at the end of the day. I know people get triggered by the statement, but I got to say it anyways. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's it. What kills you only makes you stronger. So true. And we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is somebody who is successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. Damn. It says, your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. So this is talking about not losing it. not giving up. Keep going after your dreams. Realizing that you have resources, you guys. You always have something unique within yourself to add to a situation. Everybody has something. There are many times in my life where I thought, oh my gosh, what are my skills? What are my gifts? I feel like a total failure. I feel like a fucking loser. So many times I've said that to myself. But everybody, including myself, has something to offer. You know, it might not look like this person or that person, but we're all here for a specific reason. So it's about focusing on those things instead of focusing on the lack. Okay. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Also, how to become a better version of yourself is realizing that life is not going to be predictable all the time. And every time you think that you've got it figured out, it's going to freaking change. That's just the way it rolls. So the Two of Pentacles we know is things up, down, up, down, up, down. It's kind of a little bit like a roller coaster. You know, Eastern philosophy, like Buddhism, it's like that really teaches you to be right in the middle, even-minded. That way the extreme highs and the extreme lows don't shake you to your core, don't rock your center and take you off balance. So there are, of course, philosophies out there that can help you when it comes to not being on that emotional roller coaster all the time, okay? So, right, so this is just saying to be the best version of yourself is to realize that life is not always fair. Life is not always going to be pleasant. And also, life is not always going to be scary, and it's not always going to be terrible and bad either. There's going to be a little bit of everything, okay? And sometimes we're going to be up and sometimes we're going to be down. But it is about not losing your center. And the King of Pentacles is definitely somebody who is centered, somebody who is grounded, and that is power. That's where you're going to find your strength. That's what Spirit's saying here. So don't let all of this crap that happens in life to you get you down. You know, it can get you down temporarily, but don't let it ruin you is what I'm trying to say. Because that right there is just going to make you crumble, and it's going to make you give up, and you're going to lose hope and faith in not only yourself, but in life, and then everything's just going to be terrible. So Spirit's saying it's time to get into the program of the movement of people that want to see the world succeed, want to see the world, you know, be a happier place, want to celebrate, you know, people instead of judge people, and just all those different things. There's so many things going on in this world that are just totally fucking it up. It's like, why not be, you know, maybe somewhere in the middle, where you can just love and just be kind and just be a good, decent freaking person. And stop being so judgmental of this or that, and really inspire people to want to be like that too. And to me, I see that as like a light worker movement, you know, people that were selected to come to this planet at this particular time to change the world, to raise the vibration of this planet. And maybe that is you. Maybe that is you. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you. I really hope that you enjoy these messages. And thanks again, you guys, for choosing to watch this reading. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.